Hey love, I wanted to share with you what not to do in order to get your hair growing quickly as mine did from the picture on your left to the picture on your right. Now, if you would like to know things that I did do, I've got another video on tips that helped me to grow my hair quickly, and I'll leave that in the description box below. That was within a period of 2.5 months. So what you don't want to do is to wash your hair more than once a week, even if you are co-washing in between. The fact that you are continually washing your hair, you're stripping your hair of its natural sebum that it produces, and also it's just more time of your hands being in your hair. You want to avoid your hands being in your hair as much as possible, which again leads me on to point 2, which is not to continue having your hands in your hair. I've done it, I mean, constantly wanting to do the length check, you know, just even if you're not like you're not getting your hands and putting it all over your hair as such, but you're getting a particular strand, you always kind of know where it is, and then you get it and you just pull it down at the front. Or me, I'd pull it down at the back and be like, look how long it is, like look, like just so like in awe of how quickly my hair is growing. But you don't want to do that because of the fact that again you're having your hands in your hair. Also, you want to avoid hair jewellery. That's something that I have done probably like once or twice, and when I did take it out, it did actually get caught on my hair. So you don't want to, if you're going to do it once in a while, that's fine, but you definitely don't want to be wearing hair jewellery often. Also, you want to avoid having your hair rubbing against your clothes if you do not have silk. I've gone on eBay and Amazon for silk clothes and they are expensive, so a lot of my clothes are not silk. So I tend to, what I do is even when I'm going somewhere and if I've got a wash and go, I will pin up the back with a clip, if I can, yeah, I've got one of these type of clips, so the back is not rubbing against my coat, and then when I get to the event I will take it out and take my hair down, although it will still be rubbing, but try and minimize it as much as possible. What I would do is sometimes buy silk scarves and I would put that over my clothes, and so that way my hair is rubbing on the silk. But of course, if you have a really nice outfit and you don't want to be covering it with a silk scarf, then, you know, again, try and minimize the amount that your hair is rubbing against the cotton or the polyester, whatever material that your clothes is. Leaving your hair in twists and braids are good as protective styles if you're gonna just pull it up in a bun with it still in twist and braids. But doing twist outs and braid outs, see, I was gonna say breakouts, does lead to a lot of breakage, which is what I was coming to. So me, I've been noticing a lot more shedding and a lot when I go to wash my hair after I've done a twist out or a braid out, and more breakage as well. So these are nice styles. Of course, we, you know, love versatility, and I understand that we want to do changes, which I do as well, to our hair, but try and minimize this as well. What I'll do sometimes, if you do have a twist out or you have a braid out after 1 or 2 days, just pull it up in a bun for the rest of the time. Also, avoid daily moisturisers. This is something that I noticed made me have more shedding when I went to wash my hair on wash day, which I was washing my hair just about once a week. And you don't want to, when I say avoid, I don't mean you don't buy those products, because I've got those products, but don't use it daily. That's something that I was doing, and again, you're having your hands in your hair constantly, like daily having your hands in your hair. And especially if your hair is in twist outs or braid outs, you don't want to be putting these moisturizers in, because what they do is they automatically turn your hair into its natural curl pattern. So where I started off as a twist out, by the second or third day after putting in a daily moisturizer, my hair would look like a wash and go, and that's what will happen if you constantly put in these moisturizers, and so you do want to avoid it. Also, I wanted to say, in terms of daily moisturizers, try and get curl refresher sprays, as these will also moisturize your hair, but you won't have to put your hands in your hair at all or as much, because instead of applying the product to your hand and put it on your hair, you can just spray and refresh your curls, moisturize them, and have a good routine which will help you to lock in the moisture and not have to keep on moisturizing your hair. Also, avoid spraying your hair with water daily. When you wet your hair, you're expanding the cuticle and it's contracting. If you keep on doing that over time, it can actually cause damage. So when I first went natural, I was constantly spraying my hair because that's what I thought would help it to grow. But it was actually I didn't really see a change when I stopped using it. I didn't see my hair decrease in the rate that it was growing. And so you definitely don't want to be spraying your hair continually every day. Some people I've even heard do it twice a day, morning and night. Please don't do that if you want your hair to grow quickly. Also, you want to avoid junk food. Now, of course, your hair can grow with eating junk food. I know that maybe a lot of people watching this are students, and I've been a student living off packet noodles from Poundland or the 99p store at the time, and my hair was still growing. I wasn't retaining the length, I wasn't natural at that time, but I could tell my hair was growing because I had coloured hair, and you'd see the roots, the natural hair of the colour at the roots, which means I would have to dye it again. Now, there are certain foods that you can eat that will increase the rate that your hair grows, especially foods rich in biotin. So when you are eating lots of junk food, in fact, those foods are really limited in nutrients and vitamins, and when your body is starved of the nutrients and the vitamins that it needs, you may not look like you're starving because you're still getting the calories, but you can actually be a healthy size and internally be very unhealthy. There are some slim people have heart attacks. Their arteries are clogged. Why? Not because of such as visceral fat, but because of all of the junk food that they have been eating. So they have now clogged up their arteries with all of that, the junk food. So what you do want to do is you want to eat healthy food. You can have it once in a while, but if you want your hair to grow quickly, then that's what you want to do. And also drink plenty of water. I drink at least 2 liters of water a day on average. I was drinking at one point 2.7 liters. I do a lot of exercise. I've kind of cut down now, but I was doing a lot of exercise, which did cause me to lose body fluids through sweat. And so if you are exercising, then you do want to drink more water a day. There's also a formula that you can use to work out how much water you need to drink a day, which I don't remember off the top of my head, but I will find it out and post that for you. And so please drink water. Just like plants need water to grow, so your hair too. And going back to the vitamins and nutrients, which is what I wanted to say, if your body is in a state of starvation, it's lacking nutrients and vitamins, it's gonna go and protect your vital organs. That's the way that your body was designed. It was created to protect you from dying out in a stage of famine. So your hair is like one of the last things that your body cares about, because you don't need hair to survive. If you've got no hair, you will not die. If your heart stops beating, you're gonna die. So of course it wants to use the nutrients and vitamins for your vital organs. And so that's why when you're not eating healthily, your hair reduces the rate that it's growing, because it's like, well, I need these vitamins and nutrients for something else. When it's got enough or even excess, your hair will be flourishing. It will be growing even quicker. You also want to be cautious of who you have trim your hair. Now, I haven't trimmed my hair since last year May. I actually went onto my videos and saw my video how to trim your hair to see when I last trimmed my hair, because I know that was the last time, and it was released on the 13th of May 2018. So sometime just before then I trimmed my hair. Now my hair, you may not be able to see, but it definitely does, you can see there, need a trim. And yesterday when I was at the Afro Hair and Beauty Live, there was a professional stylist who said he looked at my hair, it was straightened, and he said I need about that much to be trimmed off. Now maybe like 1.5 inches within 1 year. Now they do say he was a professional stylist, and he also said get your hair trimmed 6 to 8 weeks. But just if you are doing that, be cautious of how much they're cutting off, because I've heard say that a stylist should be cutting off only 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. Now let's just say if it's every 8 weeks, for example, let's say 6 times throughout the year you get your hair cut. If you are doing 1/4 of an inch, then that times 6 will be 1.5 inches. Now if I now, after not trimming my hair for 1 year, need to trim off 1.5 inches, that's the exact equivalent as if I had gone every 8 weeks to get 1/4 of my hair trimmed. So I mean, it's like I tested it out myself, you know. Can your hair grow and you're not getting trims regularly? Yes, it can. Can you retain length and you're not which is more of the important question, and you're not getting trims regularly? Yes, it can. I've proven it. My hair has grown, as you see from the pictures on the thumbnail, and I haven't been getting regular trims. It's just that when I now go for a trim, I'm gonna have to trim off as much as if I had gone for regular trim. So I mean, it's probably just gonna be a lot cheaper, you know. Going 6 times throughout the year for a trim, or going once a year, is definitely gonna work out cheaper. Also, you want to be careful that they are cutting off just 1/8 to 1/4, because if they're cutting off more, you really are going to be losing hair unnecessarily. Of course, unless you can yourself identify that you need more than 1/4 trimmed. And also, if they are only doing 1/8 and that's all you need, then you'll be having even less hair trim, where I need 1.5 inches. If it was just 1/8, then you'll be needing like 3/4 of an inch cut off in a year, which means you have an extra 3/4 of an inch that you are retaining. So I'm going to be trimming my hair myself, and I will record that for you and show you how you are able to determine how much of your hair actually needs trimming. Please let me know if you have used any of these tips before, if they've helped you, if there's any other suggestions that you have in helping me and others to retain our length. For more videos on natural hair care and product reviews, please subscribe, share, give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.